Hello everybody, it's Charlie again, and I'm currently playing Shaolin versus Wutang versus the world. And this game is, to me, one of the most surprising indie games I played this year. I know it probably came out before this year, but it's one of those very surprising indie games, and I've been playing it all throughout 2023. Sure, you guys have seen some of the videos. I love so many things about it that I will be talking about in the video, but yeah. Decided to choose this one, guys. This will be, I guess, my New Year's or my New Year's Eve, right before the year ends, replay review. And yeah, other than that, let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to another replay review. I am currently reviewing a game that I really enjoy. As you can see, the first fight has the hero character from a Jet Li movie called, I believe, Fearless. There we go, I couldn't remember. But he did do a movie called Hero, but his Fearless character looks more like this. And so I'm pretty sure that's his Fearless character. But regardless, he's fighting Wang Li from the Snake and the Eagle's Shadow movies and the original Drunken Master movie. You know what I'm saying? And his style was, for this character, this specific character is actually the one from Snake and the Eagle's Shadow, which he did, basically Eagle's Claw, I believe it's called. This actor is actually Korean, guys. He didn't do much Kung Fu. I think they taught him Kung Fu on the set. But his thing was Taekwondo. And believe it or not, he actually murdered somebody by accident, kicking him in the head, trying to defend himself. He didn't go to jail because he was defending himself. But anyways, yeah, so you could put your favorite superstars from movies and their characters versus each other. And that's the whole point of this game. The whole point of this game is for you to relive those amazing martial arts battles, of your favorite. There's obviously the legendary Bruce Lee. I'm not really sure, pick any of his characters basically, because that's how popular Bruce Lee is, really. But I believe the one they're doing here, depending on his, the length of his hair, it seems like it's Enter the Dragon, but what he's wearing might be more along the lines of Fist of Fury. So it's like a mix-up, mashup. But the game is amazing. It's obviously Snake Fist style, famous in most movies. I don't believe I remember which actor this is doing this specific character for the Snake Fist style, but I know Jackie Chan and a lot of other actors have that in their movies. So yeah, the game, I'm gonna just get out of the way. It has really fun gameplay. It is an indie, but it's, in my opinion, it's an indie done well. Obviously you can't compare it to Mortal Kombat and Tekken and all that, but it does have its own style, and I think that there is positive future growth for this game. I think there's a part 2 that came out. It's not on PSN yet, the part 2. I'll get it once it comes out to see how much better it got. But I think that a big publisher should purchase this IP, because this is pretty amazing. And obviously they can't use their real names, they use their fighting style because they don't want to get sued, but the sounds and everything is straight out of those classic Kung Fu movies that you guys love and remember. So that, it really hits home there with the nostalgia, if you care a lot about nostalgia, which I do, but I also care about a good game. And to me, this is a pretty good game. But you could hear him screaming the what that, all that stuff. And here's Jean-Claude Van Damme's character against basically Chuck Norris. The Chuck Norris one, his model could use some work, but you could tell that's them. And I forgot to mention, but each character has his own weapon, or his own special attack with square. It's actually one button presses, believe it or not, but the point is to mix them up. And if you hold back, it's a lot like Tekken. You hold back and you dodge and block, and it makes the sounds like ta-ta, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain if you didn't grow up in that era, but I did. And it does market to a very specific audience, I guess, in a way. But if you watch these movies with your parents or anybody that you know, like your uncle or whoever, or your aunt or whoever was into them, you'll remember a lot of this. And here is Ip Man's character, played by Donnie Yen. Obviously, you could tell that's Donnie Yen by the model of his face. The real Ip Man doesn't look like that, but it's just cool that they brought those famous characters from our most favorite movies and they put them in here against each other. And Tiger Claw, I'm not really sure where that's from. I think that's from the Wu-Tang movies. Regardless, man, this is the coolest thing. Then the levels are pretty creative. You know, I try to use a snow level here. There's even capoeira in the game. I'm pretty sure that's the guy from Tom Yum Goon, aka The Protector, is a Tony Jaa movie. I mean, my hypothesis at least, his name is Lateef Crawford. I'm pretty sure that's him, but you know, could be wrong. He looks short, but he's actually like 5'11". He's almost like 6 feet tall. And I believe this is the woman from Hapkido. There's a classic movie called Hapkido based on the style. And I think that's one of the first Jackie Chan movies. He was a stuntman in that movie, and I think Sammo Hung is maybe the bad guy. And yeah, that's what that's about. And her Hapkido, you could tell by they really worked on the fighting styles. They really look like those are the styles. We even have Shaolin fighters that you remember, like the Gordon Lau. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Gordon Lau. I think he's retired now, but he did some of my favorite kung fu movies. He used to do a lot of praying mantis in his movies, and a lot of Shaolin characters. And Tony Jaa is not technically in the game, but he is, because this guy fights a lot like the Tony Jaa from the movies. But I heard that in the part 2 of this game, they do have like his actual model. But it's okay. This is more of a Tom Po character, I believe, you know, from the Kickboxer movie. So this may be Tom Po, but I can't really confirm because he kind of bows and he's a little bit too respectful. The Tom Po from the movie is kind of a jerk. Classic Jackie Chan, Drunken Master, of course. One of my favorite movies and one of the greatest martial arts movies of all time. Jackie Chan at his best when he used to do purely martial arts movies and not just stunt and comedy and stuff like that. He used to be very heavily doing technical fights and choreography. Not that he doesn't anymore, but he does more of a street fight style nowadays. A lot of people. That's why a lot of people aren't familiar with the fact that Jackie Chan is very good at martial arts. You know, because he changed up his style in order to prolong his longevity in movies. Otherwise, he would have died down like most action stars. But the reason why he's still around and people still want to see him is because he's always coming up with something new. And I think that's very important. But also his comedic timing, guys, is excellent. And in the game, they show a lot of their little quips and stuff like that. They'll even say something to each other if they kind of know each other. So I think that's really cool. There's like these little things in the game that you'll know as a martial arts fan or a fan of martial arts movies from the 70s and 80s. Or early 80s, I think that's when the Kung Fu craze stopped. But overall, the game really gives you that. Especially if you do the back and forth, you hold back and then you attack, you hold back. It makes you feel like you're doing the whole choreography. It's actually shocking the way they did this. And I think this is a very indie developer. I don't know how many people made it, but they did a really good job. Obviously, a lot of the music I can't play, unfortunately. It's copyrighted. I learned my lesson from the first 2 videos I posted. But overall, I think this game is actually very good. Obviously, it could use some tweaks and some work. And, you know, if you're a fan of this kind of stuff, I think you should get it. I don't think the game should cost that much. I'm not sure if it's still on PSN, but I'm pretty sure it should be on Steam and other platforms. I don't know if there's a physical copy. So, I mean, I can't help you with that because I'm not really sure. But overall, I think this is one of those games that I recommend. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a rating. I think it's an 8.5 out of 10. It's a lot of fun and it can become addicting. There's a lack of modes. There's only a survival and a tournament mode. So there's not a lot. There's a difficulty level. I suggest putting it on very hard. But yeah, I think the game overall is really good. Here we have obviously Bolo Hyung with this character from Bloodsport, Chung Lee. You guys remember that character? That he was like really brutal and scary. He was like, now I break you like I break your friend. I've seen all those movies. I just love that stuff. And obviously this is the classic guy from the Street Fighter. I think his son is in the new One Piece anime. He plays Zoro. His son plays Zoro. I believe that's the same guy. Sonny Chiba, I think. I think that's his character right there. He does Okinawan karate. I don't know why they put wrestling on Bolo. He doesn't do wrestling. Look, guys, Bolo's style is actually Tai Chi. So a lot of people don't know that. And Tai Chi Chuan, which is the fighting version. But it's okay. He kind of does it anyways here. But he uses that brutality from the Bloodsport movie. overall, yeah, it's just so cool. The stages are really fun to look at. I think there's breakable stuff in the levels too. Obviously, Jim Kelly here from Enter the Dragon, fighting the 8-diagram fists. And Jim Kelly, you guys know him. He's Black Belt Jones. If you've never seen those movies, that's what Black Dynamite is based on and stuff like that. There was an original Black Dynamite too, not just Michael J. White character. I don't know why Michael J. White isn't in the games. I don't think he has a specific style you could choose from, but maybe he's in the second game. I haven't played the second game. It'd be cool if they put him in, obviously. But I think overall it does encompass all your classic martial arts from that time. And I think it's definitely worth checking out if just for that reason, you know. They do have finishing move and power moves that they do. They're not spectacular, they're more on the realistic side, but it's still fun to watch. And they make that sound of... You guys know what I'm talking about if you watch these movies. Here's classic ninja Shokazugi, the first ninja ever in film. I think he's the first one. There might be black and white movies I never saw, but like Revenge of the Ninja and stuff like that. Shokazugi was a big deal. He actually has a son that's a martial artist too, who did Scott Adkins. He's a bad guy in one of the Scott Adkins movies, and he's also in, I think, in a Tekken movie as Kazuya. But yeah, Shokazugi, classic guy, showed up again in his old age in a movie called Ninja Assassin that I recommend to all of you to watch. Ninja Assassin is a very good movie that people kind of ignored. And I think it has a pop star named Rain as the main guy, but they trained him really well, trust me. You're going to be shocked at the choreography. But overall, yeah, just classic, reminiscent of your favorite characters. Obviously, this is my end of the year review. And I picked this game because it's a game that I think more people should look at, even though it's an indie. I think it's a great martial arts game, and it's like a great throwback to things you remember where times were different, you know. And just the sound of it, you know, the sound of the music and the characters, and just the cast in general, you know. I think it's pretty amazing, you know, overall. See, and then he just disappears. Here is the full roster of characters, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. Like I said, 8.5 out of 10. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe when you get a chance. And like I always say, go game.